YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila. At the end of the last turn, the turn was still ending when I quit recording, and during the turn end, some of you had mentioned, hey, it looks like Venice is about to betray you, and remember how I said they better not betray me? They did. And so here they're going to attack me, and I have to try and defend myself. Now, this is actually where it's become handy for me to have done the research on the Scutatoi spears, because levy spears no longer exist. So I do get the better spearmen, which is nice. We're going to have to do a little defense here against the Republic of Venice. I'll have to turn one of my armies around, which is actually a little ways away, so Venice is going to do a little bit of damage to me before I get an army turned around and ready to come wipe them out. But after having finished... and this is funny, I saved these guys from destruction. Do y'all remember in the beginning of the last video? Their city was under siege and they were going to die, and this is how they repay me. I mean, this is AI diplomacy for you in terms of being smart. You save their life, and they betray you. Wow, this is looking extremely defensible, and I like it a lot. The only problem is that I don't really have a good way to use archers from here. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be completely guarded in terms of not being able to be outflanked. Let's just think. Probably best to keep my archers and cavalry hidden somewhere else, like out over here, so I can get around in behind the enemy. Let's get these guys up in here. Off fire at will. Let's go ahead and put them on flaming, because we're probably going to be using that most. And I've got my cavalry. Get over here too, and we'll try and go hide these guys outside of the deployment zone. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I don't want to put any barricades up just in case I need to have the ability to move around. Can they see my bows? They can. How come my bows aren't hidden? But my horsemen were hidden. It's very odd. This whole area is showing forest though, so my guys should be hidden out. That's good. What's going on here? Oh, they crushed the little tent when the thing started. Look at the little people out here in the town. Again, I don't see this too often. Here's the townsfolk like, oh geez, Apache's going to sacrifice us. Let's check out the market, see if anything good's selling in the market today. What do we got? Is that some vegetables here? Looking nice. Maybe wine. Lots of wine, apparently. What else do people have going on? Got some hay. I mean, we'll just do some government spying here while we're at it. Get the quadcopter out and check everybody's back lawns. Let's see. What do we have coming at us? Light cav, Duke's Guard. So they have the same guard unit that I do. I don't think these units are going to fare very well. They're charging into an extremely contained space against some very well armored spears. And my spearmen are going to hold out quite nicely here, I believe. So here comes their guys. They're charging through my gardens. What a bunch of jerks. Yeah, they're going to die pretty quickly here. Not going to go well. Once they have committed all their cavalry, then I can kind of get my own cavalry and archers out, but my Scutatoi should be able to hold against pretty much everything they throw at me here, especially cavalry. Even against other spears, they should do well because they're probably just sporting, yeah, levies. So, and it's mostly a cavalry army that they brought, so I mean, yeah, their cavalry is getting slaughtered by my Scutatoi spears. One of my towers got destroyed, but yeah, you can see my spearmen are very well armored. They're in the spear wall, so they get an extra bonus versus cav on top of all that. They're going to be extremely capable against this cavalry here, and there's no way to outflank them because of this position they can hold in the town center. It's kind of a gross town center. A little bit icky.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
Anyway, yeah, their cavalry is going to be getting absolutely slaughtered. I actually lost a few of my men finally. They've got 32 kills. I've only lost 4 men there. This one's actually taken a few losses. I don't know if maybe the shield wall is getting glitchy or screwed up or anything, but Just want to keep all these units hidden. We'll just let my Scutatoi duke it out versus all of these cavalry. We've already gotten like 70 some odd cavalry kills. Just let it fast forward. The cavalry ought to get beat down pretty badly. And if they're firing arrows into the back of their own men, which they are, that ought to speed their destruction. Yeah, my Scutati are holding the line with zero problem here. And they should hold out against their spearmen just fine too. Though I'll take more losses to their spearmen than I will the cavalry, obviously. But as soon as I know that their cavalry has been worn down to a level of not being a threat to my own light cavalry, I'll bring it out. Yeah, all the enemy cavalry here is getting wrecked. So we should be relatively safe to pull our archers into combat. I'm going to pull one bowman up this way. I'll protect it with a light cavalry. I'm going to pull the other bowman out this way. When the general in that Duke's Guard dies, it's going to leave me in very, very good shape. And their archers are kind of blobbed up. In fact, their archers don't have any protection whatsoever.
The enemy general is dead.
I'm going to bring my light cavalry up and engage them. The enemy general's gone, which means that a little bit of flaming shot into the back of these guys and it'll be an easy win. So we will basically thwart Venice in this idiotic attempt right here. And go ahead and finish them off. Yeah, my light cavalry is going to get over to these guys fairly quick. Let's watch them ride through the streets here. I love the unit camera. It is pretty cool. There's a few limitations on it that make it a little bit not as good as just the free camera, but I still like it. It's kind of neat being able to ride along with the unit in a charge or whatever. Yeah, my spearmen are easily handling the melee fight because of their nice health or their nice armor and defense. Much better than levy spears. So definitely a worthwhile unit to have. It's also more missile resistant, which is handy. And then light cavalry, of course, is just going to be gold for stuff like this, which is running down skirmishers that the AI leaves unprotected. It's a pretty straightforward tactic to get the AI skirmishers, is let them overcommit their melee forces, and then you can wipe out their skirmishers. I'm going to let these guys just fire at will here, and that'll rout the remainder of these levy spears. Let's watch this close up. It'll be pretty funny. Yep, should cause an instant rout here amongst their men. It does. So there we go. We can end this battle. The first little venture of the Warriors of Purity there did not go well. And John died in the attempt. Now Ravenna is going to be in a little bit more trouble than Aquileia there. Looks like they sent some of their stuff back towards Venice. Okay, well we better act quickly to get troops back to protect, because we want to minimize their spread. So I am going to, can I force march? I can force march all the way here. And then on the next turn we can free up Ravenna from its siege. We'll take force march off at that point. Also, this Aquileia should be able to hold its own now that it's won one battle. We'll just repair this stuff. And I don't think we have a whole lot of other worry. We should be able to crush Venice pretty summarily. I'll send another army back this way just in case. Now let's see, this fleet. We were trying to hunt down, yeah, this faction leader of Provence. He keeps getting away from me. This is so annoying. I don't know how he can stay in front of me. Because he's in a fleet, that's why. Okay. Well, we need to keep trying to catch him. I don't know that we'll succeed, but I would sure like to get rid of him. Let's go ahead and deploy this guy so he can get some experience, and then we got our spies moving down to start taking a look at the Emirate of Cordoba. I've got my barracks built here, so we should easily be able to defend ourselves against the Emirate. It's not going to be much of a problem. In fact, I mean, just like another Juvenes. These Juvenes don't really have a good armor, or else I would consider recruiting them. I think I'm better off to just go with the spearmen here, because it's 71 melee defense and 46 armor. These guys may not have a sword, but they're going to be pretty solid infantry. The only difference is they cost quite a bit more from an upkeep standpoint and recruitment standpoint. Doesn't hurt though. Let's put a couple of them there just to make sure that the Emirate can't pull any funny business on us there. Let's see. This would actually be a pretty good location for a mill. So let's drop that in. And Pavia here. What do we have going on? Let's see what we can build here. What do we want? Scribes, +5 Imperium, wealth from culture. Let's see. We've already got a church. Why the heck not? Let's try it. The extra Imperium will help us towards victory. We're one turn away from being able to upgrade to armored archers and shielded crossbowmen, but again, though, that's going to drive the price up of different things. And then we can get the Scitatoi Axemen and Scitatoi. So we're about to have some crazy good infantry. And then we probably ought to focus down here on more of the civil research at that point. Let us go ahead and end a turn and try and finish off Venice, the traitors. So there was 2 betrayals, my accidental betrayal of Provence, and then the purposeful betrayal of Venice, who I just saved from that enemy. So talk about a serious betrayal by Venice. What a bunch of slobs. Looks like that fleet with their faction leader is trying to hire up a mercenary or 2 and then get to one of my settlements. So we can just, well, we'll go ahead and take on warriors because I'm getting experience from the training that assassin is giving me. Looks like Venice is retreating. They're like, oh boy, this was not such a good plan. Where was that military investment? These guys are sieging me. This is the army that I previously defeated, and they're sieging me again. You know what? How many turns can I hold out over here? 8 turns. Oh yeah, we got time. And then they just had to drop the siege on Ravenna. Let's go ahead and repair all my crap here. 18 to 20, and we can actually, let's see, would it help? Is there any good mercenaries? Mercenaries Scitatoi. Probably wouldn't hurt, and then maybe to make a few of these levies into better troops is going to cost me quite a bit of upkeep. Yeah, drop my income by 600 just to upgrade a few of those guys, and then this is going to be pretty costly too. Actually, there's no reason to get mercenaries. We can just come here, and we can recruit, or we can't. Oh, we can't recruit in that stance. No stance. Now we can recruit, and we should be able to. Let's see. These fire bombers would be kind of a cool addition. Onager actually would be a nice addition here. Let's do that. And then we could upgrade the shield crossbows. Let's see what the... I don't know if these guys will be in the dictionary, but yeah, these guys have 69 upkeep, and if we recruit a shielded crossbowman, it's 106, so it's not a massive difference. And armored archers are pretty cheap as well in terms of upkeep, so I think upgrading the shield crossbows here will definitely be worth it, because look what it does to their attack stats. They go through the roof. 22 melee attack, 40 damage, 46 defense, 46 armor. I mean, these guys actually become like a pretty viable secondary melee unit. So, and not too much cost to my upkeep, so I feel like that is definitely a worthwhile upgrade there, and we'll do the same thing here. Get those shielded crossbows. Let's go chase down this faction leader again. He's trying to get to an unguarded settlement, no doubt. And I don't think that we'll need this other army, but let's just leave this army here at Genova. It'll be close enough to get there within a couple of turns if we somehow get into a bad position. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these archers to armored archers, because again, the upkeep cost is not crippling. It does take a toll. The Scutatoi upgrade takes a huge toll, so it's just something to be aware of. 10% from industrial buildings, monastery, tribunal, 30% from cultural buildings. That's not bad. We definitely need to do some of that research. I do want to go ahead though and finish this one so that I can get a lot of the military units that I'm looking for. Imperial Scutatoi, that would be cool. Imperial archers, that's, yeah, some cool units left out there. Dromon, Scutatoi, Marines, so yeah, we could upgrade all that stuff eventually. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn, see if we can get Venice taken care of. Once I get those onager, destroying the Venetians ought to be quite easy. We should be able to force them to stop sieging Aquileia by sieging their capital. That ought to draw their folks back in. Look at this guy run away from me now. He's going to go over here and try and take Pisa. I knew that's what they were up to. The AI just making sure that they stay a step in front of you. The auto-resolve, though, is going to get them killed. So that is exactly what I'll do. Take on their warriors. And now my fleet should be able to catch them. Venice is going to move to Verona now and take their easy auto-resolve there. But as soon as I get a hold of that army, the Venetians are finished. The AI will always go for easy targets. Like they don't like to meet you on a square field of battle. Their faction leaders making a run for it to see, and then they're going to start raiding over there, because this is the way that they can try and cause the most pain to me. 60 with the Kingdom of the Franks. I wonder why that is. Didn't help too much. Dilemma, events, Kingdom of the Franks. Interesting. I don't know why that is, but I wonder if they'd be any more interested in trading with me. Nope. Looks like we're all trading the same stuff, so they're just not interested. We cannot catch the Venetian army here, and the question, so they sacked Verona, they didn't take it. But we can make them pay for that by simply moving in behind them. They've left no defense of Venice. I can auto-resolve it for almost no losses. Take their city, and now fight from it. And they can run and try and capture more provinces, but they're also going to be taking attrition. I might go ahead and move that other army in, because I get the feeling the AI is just going to take off running at this point, and we're going to need to pin them in so that they can't continue to run from me. If we can actually catch these guys in this turn, it'll be the end of this faction. Good riddance, chickens. Ran away so much. Okay, so we finally destroyed the Duchy of Provence. Alright, eventually we might get down to that legendary upgrade. We're going to go ahead and take this fleet out to Palma. And let's see, our spies are getting near to position. I want to go start fires and stuff at Cartagena. So we got our spies landed there. This army is ready to defend itself. We'll upgrade the shielded crossbows here too. Definitely takes a toll on some of my income, but should not be the end of the world. I'd like to be able to get this upgraded. We have to have a cathedral and research church care. To get the cathedral, we need the church charters. And I think it's down here we can get the church hospital. So yeah, we need to do a bunch of civic research when we get done with this stuff. But otherwise, I mean, we've done a pretty good job of getting everything. I don't even know how important this hostel is. I'm going to keep it. Upgrading it won't make much sense, though, because it doesn't do much. It's 6,000, but hey, it gives me a boost in a province where I've got the mill and everything all set up. Let's take a look at this province. Lots of upgrades to be made here. Calabria. I'm thinking about building the church here, the chapel. And let's tear it down there and put a mill in. We'll do the upgrades and we'll kind of get Calabria set up with a mill and other upgrades to try and boost income there as well. Alright, we can assign a provincial governor. How come Martin isn't married? What's his deal? Martin, can you, do you have enough influence to get a date? Get yourself married. Alright, this guy here actually does have enough influence to seek a wife now. We'll see if he succeeds. And then same thing here. What are you doing? We're being lazy. Man, Leo has got some serious influence here. That's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at positions. Who all do we have in here? Royal Protector. It's that guy. Him. Him. We got one of these guys assigned to one of the positions. Plus 10 from commercial buildings in governed province. Yeah, neither one of those is very important, so we'll just forget it. Do I want to assign a provincial governor? I don't know that it really much matters, but we could. Let's assign one here. Well, yeah, and we'll have this guy adopt him. So here's another guy called Leo. What about Benedict now? Let's go with Leo. We'll put Leo here in Lombardy. There we go. And we'll tell this guy, after he gets done seeking for a wife, we'll tell him to adopt the new Leo. Tax rate +5, that's kind of cool. Eventually, once we don't need the growth anymore, which in this province we still have a little bit of growth to make, but once we get done needing the growth, I won't need the extra food production, and I can change all those different ones to give me a boosted tax rate out of each one. And then that'll end up being a good thing. Someone was saying, hey, it looks like this is going to be a cakewalk for the rest of this campaign. It could be, because I have money and power now. I mean, generally, any time where you get enough money and power, the AI is going to be pretty easy to raffle stomp. I mean, just any competent human player can usually raffle stomp the AI given a few resources. So yes, that's possible. But at the same time, the Franks have 31 provinces. They are not a small faction, and so I mean, we're going to eventually have to fight them. War weariness just increased because of that loss. That may have been the first thing I've lost so far. Take her hand. Take her hand. Noble marriage. Now let's go back into this guy, and I want you to adopt Leo. Good. Alright. And we can come over here and destroy this Venetian army. It's giving them good chances. I really don't understand why. We'll make them understand why their chances aren't good, though. So let's fight this on the battlefield, and help them understand why this is not going to go well for them, and that the Republic of Venice should have shut up, stayed quiet, and stayed in their province. This campaign could get pretty challenging, actually, if a few different things happen. One, if I get attacked by the Avars. Two, if at the same time I have to fight the Franks, that could be challenging. I'm not much worried about the Emir de Cordoba, because they don't really have a good place to attack me from, if that makes sense. Not fire at will. Crossbows. Just get all my cavalry back here in the back. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. I just want to get up to where we can see the... Okay, we can see the enemy right here. Let's get these armored crossbowmen up here. And let's target the enemy general straight off. The AI is potentially bum rushing me here. I'm going to let my crossbowmen start to fire. If the AI bum rushes me, they're going to get met by a lot of spears, and my crossbows and onager are opening fire at this point. So the AI is going to take some pretty severe damage. I'm going to switch to flaming here and target the enemy general. My cavalry here.
We have sighted the enemy.
Okay, all their cavalry and everything's charging into my Scitatoi spear walls. It is not going to be a good position for the enemy to be in. Let's get some light cavalry out here to support. Okay, the enemy general is getting wrecked by my crossbows, but let's pull the crossbows back.
We have discovered our hidden units have been discovered.
Okay, we need the Dugard to come help us out over here. The Duke's Guard, sorry. And we can pull these guys out of shield wall.
Enemy general is dead.
That's good news. Okay, my shield walls are holding. Attack the enemy archers' crossbows. Let's get my crossbows back from that front real quick. We need to help out. This Scitatoi spear is getting blobbed up on by everybody. So I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of blob up on him. Enemy general's dead. Oh gosh, my archers are getting threatened. There my crossbows are. Just gonna get my crossbows away from that light cavalry. And all their spears here in the center got crushed, so the AI is getting absolutely destroyed here. They really did not have a snowball's chance in this fight. My crossbows will easily finish off that blob of archers. And actually I'm going to continue this battle for a minute because this blob of routing units there is just absolutely brilliant. There's an unbelievably large blob of routing enemy units here, which would actually help chevron my guys up a little to go ahead and take care of business. Okay, all my cavalry units are moving in for the kill. So yeah, we're going to start breaking this blob up with all of our cavalry, and they should start getting astonishingly large numbers of kills. I'm gonna get all the way up here to these armored archers that are routing. Yeah, I mean this blob of routing enemy units is just getting crapped on by my cavalry. Yeah, they're all ratcheting up some big numbers right now. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little. My Duke's Guard's catching up with these guys. Okay, you chase them. Get them that way. There you go. Okay, is there a reason why you're not following my attack orders? There we go. Duke's Guard, tear those guys up. Yeah. 1 there, 10 there. Yeah, so we've jacked these guys up pretty bad. Still a few units over here in these little groups that have enough men to come back, but really my goal here is just to completely shred these guys. A few of them will get away there, but yeah, we've racked up hundreds of kills on our light cavalry, so this will be good. Guard, how many kills did it get? 130, not bad. Alright, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and end the battle. So I actually wanted to do the mop up on that one so that we could just make sure we cleaned up that Venetian army, that there's nowhere to flee, that it dies there. These shielded crossbowmen are going to be amazing. They're going to be such good units. So once again, it looks like Venice is without a province. We're going to reoccupy Verona. War weariness has now decreased. So yeah, you can see that even just having to sacrifice little losses like that can hurt you from a war weariness standpoint. So that's why it's good to make sure that you're winning battles, and that's part of the reason why I've fought a little harder to just make certain that I've won my battles here. Let's go ahead and push this army through towards Venice. That's going to be all the time I have for this episode, so we're going to just go ahead and wrap things up with Venice. We'll see what happens next. The only other person that we're at war with is the Emirate of Cordoba, and I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily to get down here in Spain and get territory, but I don't know how much territory the Emirate of Cordoba still possesses, and I don't want to get into a war with a ton of different factions over in Spain. They do have 14 territories. They're rather large factions still. Avars have 11, and again, look, the Franks are growing, so they're up to 34 territories now. So I mean, we could be in for quite a large fight with the Kingdom of the Franks. Hope y'all are enjoying this one. Oh, let's see if the Duchy of Bavaria wants to trade.
Speak.
Nope. Even though I have stuff that they could benefit from, like olive oil, cloth, marble. None of that stuff is of interest, apparently. Alright, whatever. Don't say I didn't offer. Heir of Carthage signing out for now.